Now, the new concept in CP, computer programming, is that on both on paper one and paper two, you will be dealing with UML diagram, which is Unified Modeling Language Diagram. And then UML, remember, it is made up of three things, which is a class name, attribute, and also a method. Now, what is a class name? Class name is a blueprint of your project, of your coding. Um, and you know that in programming there is a shortcut for everything. Like when we say radio button, it's a rad, checkbox is chk, combo box cbo. So like the class name, short of class name, it's cls. Now attributes are the it's what gives us or identification of size, color, name, and the length. Like when I say Musina, lecture, 2 kg, things like that. And then when you speak of a method are the actions or behavior that are done on the code, like teach, close, pray. I mean, yeah, it's a behavior. It shows the action that is happening, right? And now, one thing you need to understand before you go further is that the attribute and the method, they are different. And now on the attribute, you will have to use the dash sign or like the minus sign, while on the method you will use the positive sign or plus sign. And now on the attribute you will also use the underscore sign, while on the method you will use bracket sign. And so like the dash sign will come first and then the name. Like for an example, it will say dash account underscore number. Now with the method it will say positive, withdraw, and then the brackets, simple state, simple state. So like now if I say draw a UML diagram, Unified Modeling Language Diagram, you will have to draw a box where on top you will write the name of a class, like you will say maybe CLS rectangle, and then under the rectangle, what are the attributes that of rectangle is the length and the breadth. So on the length and the breadth you will put the dash sign, and now on the area it will be under the method and you will put the brackets sign like I told you. Okay, so now new concept to be considered on a CP is that when you create a class on your Visual Studio, on top or there where there is a bar, there's an option that will be written project. You click it, under the project you go and you look it where it's written add class, and then you click add class, and then you click and then you rename your class depending on how they will tell you. And under the public class, that's where you will code. Like I said, it's different this side. You code under the button and also under the class. So on the class you will have two things: private field and also public property. Now under private field, after you create a class, the question paper will ask you to create a private field. Now, like if it says create a private field, I will just give you an example, like private str musina s string. Okay, I'm using str for the string, right? But then for the integer, I will use private int with sn integer. And then for decimal, I will use private dec as decimal.